In honor of Lonnie and J. Johnson, the African-American inventor, aerospace engineer, and entrepreneur who worked in the U.S. Force and in NASA, we're going to read The Roaring Rockets. And this book is written by Tony Milton and Ant Parker. Roaring Rockets. Oh, look at our friends going to go to the rocket with all the equipment they need to go off and blast off to space. Wow! Rockets have power. They rise and roar. This rocket's waiting, ready to soar. Rockets carry astronauts with cool white suits, oxygen helmets, and gravity boots. You have to wear that in order to go into space. Whoosh! The countdown is finishing. 3, 2, 1, action! Blast off! The journey's begun. Oh, and look at they're going to the moon. They're passing the moon. Let's see where they're going to land. Rockets have fuel in great big tanks. When they're empty, they drop away. Thanks! The tank is dropping away, and the fire is helping them blast off higher into the sky. Up in space, you're really light, so astronauts strap themselves in tight. They have to put their seatbelts on so they don't fly up inside. They don't float. Rockets explore. Through space they zoom, reaching as far as the big round moon. That white little circle there is the moon. Out comes the lander with legs out ready and fiery boosters to hold it steady. This here is the Lunar Lander. Rockets take astronauts out to a place that's strange and wonderful. Silent space. Boing, boing. They put the flag there, and they're wearing their astronaut suits, and they're far away from the Earth, way back there. Moon mission over. The lander's left outside. We're back in the rocket for the long return ride. Whiz! They're going back down to Earth. Rockets re-enter in a fiery flash to land at sea with sizzling splash. The helicopter carries the brave crew away. Let's give them a cheer. Hip, hip, hooray! They made it safe, the 3 of them, back to Earth. Rocket bits. There's the gravity boots. There's the lunar lander. There's the oxygen helmet. The fuel tank is at the back where the fire is, and the command module. The end.
Hi my friends, I'm Kim and Yolanda, and today we are going to continue with our Black History Month. We are going to read a few books about African American authors. Today we're going to focus on one of our inventors, whose name is Lonnie J. Johnson. He was known for working as an engineer at NASA and helped with their rockets and various different projects from NASA. He also is known for making the Super Soaker, which is a fun water activity gun that you play during the summer. But we're going to talk today about rockets. And we're going to go ahead now and start our activities.
Okay, we are going to make our own rocket. What we are going to be using is glue, if you need it. You're going to use paper towels. I have different sizes, so I'm going to choose if I want to make it smaller or longer. And I have this old box that I'm going to be using, and tape of different sizes if you need to, and scissors, and we're going to use markers and that's about it. So we're going to go ahead and start now. We're going to use our rocket first. I've already gone ahead and painted this, so it's up to you if you want to paint it or not, or you can color on it. I'm going to add extra details to, this is going to be the body of the rocket. So I'm going to add, what do you think a rocket has? Do you remember from the book? It has a door where the astronauts are going to have to go inside when they go into their rocket. And we're going to build some windows the side so they could see when they're up in space, to see the stars and to see whatever else is up in planets that they go to. There's different planets, so I'm going to put different windows around it. I have 1, 2, 3 windows and the door so they can come in. And I'm going to draw some stairs for them to go up their rocket ship. And I'm going to draw down here. We're going to use construction paper. So I'm going to use construction paper, and I'm going to use this as my, when the rocket shoots up into the sky, it has a little bit of fire, so I'm going to cut out, I'm going to put them together and cut out fire, and then I'm going to tape it to the rocket. What colors do I have here? I have orange and red that I'm going to glue along the sides here. I'm going to cut a few more. We're going to cut a few more different sizes, and we're going to just tape these along the bottom of our rocket. So let's see how many I've cut. I've cut 1. Count with me, please. 2, and then 3, 4, 5, and 6. Let's see if we're going to need more. We're going to start gluing them around our rocket. So I'm going to put the glue at the bottom. Oh, some fell down. This is clear glue, so you probably can't see it. And I'm just going to put our down here. I'm going to make a pattern. Can you help me? We're going to do a pattern. We're going to do orange. Orange. And then we're going to put red. We're going to put orange, red. What goes next? Orange. And then we're going to put, we have orange, red, orange. What goes next? Red. That's right. Red goes next. We're going to start from the beginning. Orange, red, orange, red. That's orange goes next. We're going to need a little bit more, so we're going to just put this upside down, and I'm going to cut a few more. And I'm just going this shape, so it's kind of like a upside down triangle that I'm cutting. Cut 1, 2 more, 3, and 4. Let's try and go around. Put a little bit more glue so we can stick. So now we have, if we continue our pattern, are you ready to help me? Let's see. We have orange, orange, red, orange, red, orange. What goes next? Red. Okay. And then we're going to continue. Let's see. Orange, red, orange, red, orange, and what's next? Red, and we have orange. We're going to put it in here. Okay. We're going going to start from the beginning. Are you ready to help me? We have orange, red, orange, red, orange, red, orange, red will go there. That's right. And we have room for one more. So we're going to start at the beginning again. Orange, red, orange, red, orange, red, orange, red, and the last one is orange. We have two oranges beside each other, but we have no more space. So this is what it looks like, and I wonder what color you're going to use at home when you make your rocket. Okay, so now what we're going to need is, we're going to cut out from this here cardboard, we're going to cut out a triangle. And you could use whatever you have. It's an empty box that you're not using anymore. These ones are easier to cut, but remember, if you're going to cut, you need adult supervision. So we're going to cut triangles. We're going to cut one triangle. I'm going to show you this side. One triangle. And I want them to be even, so I'm going to trace. With this triangle, I'm going to go and trace it on the cardboard. And I'm hoping that they're the same size. That's one triangle that I have to cut out. And two. And I'm going to use this side here. 3. And I'm going to use, so now I'm going to cut all these triangles. I'm going to tape it, and I'm going to make a cone. So I'm going to just put them together like this, and I'm going to use my blue tape. But if you don't have any tape, you can use Scotch tape, or you can use painter's tape, and it will work just as well. So I'm going to cut one strip, glue it down, put them right beside each other, and then it's going to be, that's one, and now I'm going to tape the other one on the other side. And I can get it off here. There we go. So we're going to tape this one to here and make sure that it's aligned, that it's right beside each other. And now we're going to do the same thing to the other one. So make sure that all the sides are matching. And then we tape this one to this side. Okay. So we're going to tape this right beside it. Alright, so now that we have the taped together, now we're going to do it, put them like this. And this is going to be at the top there. Okay, I'm going to cut another last piece. Alright, and I'm going to cut this here. So this will be the top of our rocket. And I'm I'm going to tape the bottom part. So it's going to look like this. And I'm going to tape the bottom to our rocket. Okay, let's see how much tape we're going to use. Oh, or if you have available with you, you have a glue gun, you could use a glue gun. But I'm going to just tape mine around. I'm going to try and make sure that it stays there. Alright. Now I'm going to do a little bit of decorating on the top of this. So here I have my rocket. I'm going to color this one side with this color. Can you tell me what this color is? It's blue. So we're going to just color it. You could do this before you put it on. Before you put it on the body of the rocket. Or you can just leave it the way it is. But I want it to look a little bit more colorful. So I'm trying to cover the cardboard. If you think that the top is too big, just try and match the bottom of the hole here. When you're doing your triangle, try and match it if you think this is the top of your rocket is big. And here you go. Here's my rocket. I hope you can make your rocket and make it the design that you'd like to make it. Now we're going to go ahead and do our next activity. Now we're going to do another rocket. This one, I'm hoping that it will be able to fly into the sky and see. We're going to launch it to the sky when we're done. But first we have to make our rocket, and what we're going to use are straws. We have a big straw and we have a smaller straw. We're going to use scissors. We're going to use scissors and we're going to use different color construction papers. We have orange, red, blue, and we're going to use a yellow one. But you can use whatever color construction paper that you have at home. These construction papers we got from the dollar store. And these straws are from the dollar store. These thicker ones, however, are from IKEA. I'm not sure. I'm hoping that they sell them at the dollar store, but I have not seen them. And we have tape and we have glue. Whichever option you prefer, you decide. We're going to start off by making the body of our rocket. I'm going to use for the body of my rocket, I'm going to use yellow. What color are you going to use? We're going to start by making the shape of the rocket, and I'm going to do mine a little round. You could do yours however you want. I'm going to do mine round from the top, and the body's going to be a little bit round from here as well. And I'm going to do like almost like a cone at the top here. It's going to be like a little cone. So this is what it looks like so far. That's the shape that I'm doing. And I'm going to give it the wings at the side. So I'm going to give it a little wing here. And I'm going to attach it. It's almost like a rectangle, but I curved it at the bottom. So I'm going to do another one on this side. It goes down and down, and then I'm going to make them touch together. So far it looks like that. And I'm going to put one in the middle. One in the middle right here. This one is like that one right there in the middle. It's almost like an oval shape. And then I'm going to attach these, and I'm going to put a straight line at the bottom, and I'm going to make a little round circle down here. That's what it looks like so far. And at the bottom, when the rocket ship goes up into the sky, it has fire. So I'm going to make my fire here, but I'm going to use construction paper. I'm just going to try and make the shape of it, and mine is going to look like that, but I'm going to do this with the color of the construction paper, and I'm going to use orange and red because that's what fire looks like to me. Some people see yellow, but I'm going to just cut these, and I'm going to try and match this here. I'm going to use them together, and I'm going to make a V. Yes, a big V, and then I'm going to do two small upside down triangles or V. And this is going to be something that you might need help with, so you can get your adults to help you. So here's mine. And these two are going to be glued onto here. And I'm going to do another, I'm going to use this to trace and cut out two more. So it looks like two small triangles upside down and one big triangle upside down. So here is my fire that I'm going to put at the bottom, and now I'm going to go ahead and cut the body. The rocket, and I'm going to glue the fire at the bottom, and I'm going to put the glue here. You want this to dry before you start playing with it, so you're going to leave it for a little bit and let it sit and let it dry so that the papers won't fall off. So I'm just going to glue the fire at the bottom here. And this could be put wherever you want at the bottom here. I'm just putting them on top of each other so I can cover the yellow at the bottom. And I think I might have it all covered. What do you think? There's the fire of the rocket. And I'm going to draw a window because when we're out in space, we want to see what is out there. So I'm going to draw my window right here. I'm going to draw a big window because I want to see everything that is outside when I reach the sky. There. This is my window that I'm going to be able to look at when I'm outside. So now what we're going to do is cut the big straw. We're going to use the big straw, and I'm going to use my scissors, and I'm going to cut about 2 inches. That's one, and about to here. I'm going to cut about 2 inches, and I'm going to tape. Oh, there's my tape. It was hiding under the construction paper. So I'm going to tape the top of the straw to cover the hole. This is going to be covered up here. We're going to cover it up. Make sure that there's no air that's going to come out of here. And now what we're going to do is glue this part to the back. But you know what? Before I do that, I'm going to just draw a little bit more on my, but I want to use a different color. Can you help me tell me what color this is? It's purple. I'm going to just draw a little more because it's going to be harder to draw here's my rocket. I wonder what your rocket's gonna look like. Now we're gonna take the straw that we've made. We're gonna tape it, or you can glue it. I'm going to tape mine because I want mine to be very sturdy and I don't want it to fall off. So I will tape mine to the back of my rocket so it could stay in its place. I'm gonna put 2 pieces of tape so it could be in place and it won't fall off. Because now what we're going to do is use the smaller straw and we're going to put it through here, and this part at the bottom is what we're going to blow into to help our rocket take off to the sky. We're going to try and see if it works. Now that we've built our rockets, we are going to try to shoot our rocket into space or into one of the planets. If you could see here what we have Earth. This is Earth. The Earth is there, and this part here, this is the moon. And this big yellow ball here is the sun. As you could see, the Earth goes around the sun and the moon goes around the Earth. See, the Earth goes around the sun. The Earth goes around the sun. The Earth goes around the sun, and you turn a different age every time it goes around the sun, and it takes a long time to go around the sun. Down here, if you could see, we have different months. Should we say that the months? We have, let's start with January. January, February, March, and April, May, June, July, and August, September, October, November, and December. 12 months makes 1 year. So the Earth goes around the sun, and it takes Earth, what? Took 1 year to go around the sun. And it goes slowly all the way around. And if you could see here, we have our different planets. We have Pluto, Neptune, Uranus, Saturn, Jupiter, Mars, Earth, Venus, and Mercury. This is all up in the sky. And they're so far, far, far away from us that to get there, we need to go in a special machine that's called a rocket. So this is a rocket, and from here we go. Let's practice. Let's see if we can get our rocket and see how far our rocket will go. We're going to blow from the straw, and I'm going to have to take my mask off. We're going to blow and see how far it goes. Oh, it landed far away. And that's how our astronauts, we have astronauts that go inside the rocket and they blast off to the moon, or they blast off to, here's the moon that's going around Earth, so they blast off from Earth and they blast off to the moon, or they blast off to Pluto, Neptune, Uranus, Saturn, Jupiter, Mars, Venus, or Mercury. And I would love to go to Venus to see what is in Venus. What planet do you want to go to? The Saturn looks pretty. It has different circles around it. Let's try one more time, and I hope that you can try at home to zoom to the moon. Should we sing our song? Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. Zoom, 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 we're going very soon. Oh, if you want to take a trip, climb aboard my rocket ship. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. And we're going to count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off! And our rocket landed close to Mars. Our rocket landed in Mars. I wonder where your rocket would land. We're going to read the book that's called I Am Perfectly Designed with Jason Rachel Brown and illustrated by Anusha Syed. First, there was you, Dad. Then there was me. And now there is us. That's right, now there is us. When you first saw me, you said, "He is perfectly designed from his head to his toe." And I meant every word, still do. When I was a baby, I looked just like you, only I had no hair, and you had lots. Now, it's the opposite. So true. The first thing I remember is being carried on your shoulder while you walked me all over the city. Remember that? I had such a big baby head. Indeed, but your big baby head was perfectly designed for you. When I was real little, I thought you could touch the moon. Remember that? We'd sit on the roof and reach for it. One day you'll be big enough to reach it for yourself, but until then, it's perfectly fine to ask for help. Hopefully our rockets would land on the moon. Remember when we dressed up as syrup and waffles for Halloween, Dad? Ha! I do. That was awesome. I wonder what will be this year. When I run in the park, jump in the park, climb trees in the park, and pretend I'm a statue in the park, you remind me I'm perfectly designed to explore the world. You are, and you always will. I wonder what they're looking at. They're looking at the sky. They're having their picnic. Sometimes, Dad, when I get mad or sad or confused, you wrap me in your arms. I like that. Me too. And I remind you that you are perfectly designed and wonderful no matter what you're feeling. Dad, when I grow up and leave home, will you miss me? Yes, very much. Will you go into my room and play with my race cars and stuffed animals? You know I will. Will you sit on the fire escape and feed the pigeons like we do in the summer? The pigeons and the sparrows. Will you remember our favorite moves? I will, and I'll invent some new ones too. Dad, will you always think of me? Always. You know what, Dad? What? I will always remember walking through the city and sitting on your shoulders, and maybe when you're old and I'm taller, I can carry you on mine because we are perfectly designed for each other. That's right. That's right. The end.
Hope you enjoyed the activities today and were inspired to do a few of them. If you have any comments, questions, please feel free to leave them on our Facebook page or email us. Our information is always in the Dropbox. Please call us